This video was sponsored by Power Circle Clothing and Headbusters Food Company in association with Cook Up Unlimited.
Cook up! Power Circle, we get the check. Then it's more what them feel like, you know, say you're the baddest thing. Hey, yo, run the tune!
Yeah, so what's up, good folks? I'm in the car, got my Marathon OG. This is a special edition of Top 10. Haven't been here in a while. I've been really working and busy and getting ready to embark on a very new journey. Me and my family, we going over a bit of a family makeover, and we're doing some life-changing things in the coming month. I would say be on the lookout, but I'd rather just show you, some things is not to be exploited and displayed in a certain light, but we're gonna do it in a tasteful manner. And I'm so thankful for this journey this part of the journey that I'm on right now. And during these strange times, it's a blessing to have something to look forward to. In a lot of ways, this whole little ordeal has been a blessing in disguise. I'm just thankful. I'm not quite prepared and organized because I don't have my notes. But we don't need notes to talk that talk. So anyway, I've been taking my stab at this YouTube thing for a minute, just really like taking this shit serious, or at least somewhat to where I build this business. I mean, this journey has been something, I gotta say. So I'm gonna lay some motivational on to you real quick. I want to talk about tunnel vision. So in order to do that, I don't like talking about myself. I don't like rambling on and on about nothing neither. And I don't like talking about stuff I don't know about or just for the sake of entertainment. I'm a little more of a straight shooter. I guess that's how I was brought up. My grandmother always used to tell me this, and my mother kind of carried on that tradition, imputing this in me, and that's mean what you say and say what you mean. I think I've made a living on meaning what I say and saying what I mean, and just trying to be totally honest about a lot of things and keeping it solid. And it takes a little practice when as coming up. Top 10, real quick, throw some car questions out. We just having a smoke break, you dig? Okay, top 10 horror movies. All right, this question came from one of my Facebook friends. So he said, hey, yo, let me get a top 10 80s horror movies. Okay. And I thought about it. I'm like, do I even have 10? But we gonna give it a try. I'm not sure if I got top 10 80s horror movies. I grew up in my 80s, baby. A lot of times I had pointed some things out, and you got your, it depends on what your vibe is. And then I know for me, a lot of the times, where I got my movie buffness from is my old man. Shouts out to my old man. We used to watch movies all the time, ranging from kung fu flicks, horror movies, anything music, 80s, mob movies, gangster movies, whatever. So we watch everything. Comedy, stand-up, all this stuff. So top 10 80s horror movies. Okay, so here it goes. I'm gonna take a stab at this. I think I got about 5 in me for sure. And I don't know if I want to do this in particular order, but what the hell. So we not gonna put in no particular order, but we just gonna ring them off. So first and foremost, when I think of horror movies, I think about impact. I think about how the fear factor of it and what's being put into it, and a lot more other things. But we ain't trying to be no film critics. I'm just telling your mind. So here we are. Top 10 80s horror movies. Let's go. This is my top 10 80s horror films, in my opinion. Keyword, in my opinion.
Hold on. Before y'all get in y'all feelings, I got a couple ground rules I need to lay on y'all right quick, so there don't be no confusion. First of all, this is my top 10, in my opinion. So in other words, keep your opinions to yourself and don't get too emotional. It's my opinion. It's all in good fun, but I definitely welcome all the smoke, so make sure you leave your boy a comment and turn them likes up. Let's get into it.
My top 10 80s horror films. Y'all got that? Let's go. The first two, off the rip. We ain't finna play no games. So we just gonna get these first two out of the way, right? So at number 1, all time, my opinion, again, I don't care, but I quit all the cap. We got my main man, Fred. Y'all know Fred, Nightmare on Elm Street. The whole entire series, 1 through 5. Cause we can easily just put your favorites 1 through 5 in order, however you like it. Some like the original, some like the third, some like the fourth or the fifth. Even the second one was a sleeper. This is at number 1 right here. Freddy Krueger was my man. And back then, it was kind of like Michael Jackson versus Prince. Freddy versus Jason comparisons. Because these were the two top dogs, which comes at number 2. My main man, Jason Voorhees, with the Friday the 13th series, 1 through 8. He was cranking them boys out. Jason was out here wrecking shop on the horror film side. Now, let's get into the number 3. This is a critical one. This is a hidden gem for a lot of people. This came out in 1980. That's right, and this was banned in the US. I think it might have been banned in the UK if I'm not mistaken, but when it was filmed, it was so controversial and so graphic that they thought it would probably be offensive to put them in all the theaters. So coming in at number 3, just based off that alone, the original Mother's Day. That's right. So a lot of you 80s babies, y'all know, if you ever seen Mother's Day, y'all probably watch HBO Cinemax late at night that it might have came on or something like that. We had the VHS. It was a must-have in the horror collection. This is a slept-on. I mean, it's definitely graphic. Don't want to get into detail, but this is just something I'm putting y'all on. If y'all never seen Mother's Day before, go check it out. Coming in at number 4, Lost Boys. Of course, man, it's an 80s cult classic. Lost Boys was dope. I mean, if y'all don't know about Lost Boys, I mean, go ahead and check them out. And I mean, for some of y'all that don't know about Lost Boys, or some of you 90s babies and 2000 kids, hey, y'all wanna know what the real horror films is? 80s horror films. That's why I said 80s horror films. Some of them in the 90s was dope, but we on the 80s right now. So anyway, number 5, Fright Night. That's right. I grew up on Fright Night. As y'all know, in the beginning when I was talking, capping in the car, whatever, we was having our little break, you know what I'm saying? We was talking about Fright Night. Fright Night is definitely a cult classic and a must-see. So, like I said, this is just a list. Some of y'all, man, get your notepads out. Man, go check out some of these looks, man. I got the joints right here, you know what I'm saying? You can see the joints right here. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know how the movie cover looks, here go the joint right there. So make sure y'all go check that out, man. Show that movie some love. Some of y'all got 5 sticks, this, that, and the third. Some of y'all can even go rent it. Go ahead, go check that out. Anyway, okay, coming in at number 6 is definitely another favorite. Y'all know this guy. Y'all know this dude right here, right? Y'all already know. Child's Play. Child's Play coming in at number 6. Chucky, all-time favorite, all-time top monster, whatever you want to call it. This was the guy. Starring what? I think it came out like 88, 89. It was definitely something out the box at the time, so y'all already know. Shouts out to Chucky. Shouts out to the whole Child's Play series. Yeah, so that's number 6. Bam. Coming in at number 7, I got Return of the Dead. That's right, Return of the Dead. I guess it was a spin-off from Night of the Living Dead. So they came back with the 80s classic, cult classic, Return of the Living Dead. Definitely a must-see, so definitely check those out. It's gonna definitely kind of get you tuned up for all the other ones that was in between. Because back then in the 80s, there was a lot of horror films, a lot of repetitive horror films back then, which at the end, I'm gonna throw a couple honorable mentions down there. And there's a couple of them too. Y'all gonna say, well, y'all didn't mention that. Why y'all didn't mention that? Man, who gives a damn, man? This is something I'm basing off of. I mean, it's a lot of them out there, but we'll talk about that later. So let's get back into the countdown. We at number 7 right now, so we finna go into number 8 right about now. At number 8, The Howling. The whole series was crazy. A lot of people like the first one. A lot of people skipped over the second one because they couldn't understand it. Howling 2 was crazy to me. Actually, that was kind of one of my favorites and one of the most slept-ons. But the whole Howling series, we can go all day with those. So it's no telling how many of those are. I didn't really count those, but it's a lot of them. So check them out. It's a lot of spin-offs. So don't make sure you check out the original one if you don't know about the Howling. And then I got at number 9 was definitely another cult classic out there, Cujo. That was another one that was slept on. A lot of people, you might have heard that name before, The Killer Dog. Y'all might have heard the name before. For Man's Best Friend. If y'all know, if you 90s babies know about that, or if y'all seen Man's Best Friend before, The Killer Rockweller, whom I like to refer to as like a LeBron James prototype because he was hit with some of everything. But we don't want to get into that. We're going to talk about the 90s films. We're going to do that one next. Top 10 90s horror films. You know it's a whole overload of those. But anyway, let's get back to number 9, which is Cujo. So Cujo was the first killer dog. So anyway, coming in at number 10, the final one. That's right. This is another groundbreaking one, the first of its kind, something you probably still haven't seen before yet, which is, that's right, Automobile. Christine, y'all already know. Shout out to Stephen King. Stephen King was dropping them bombs. We're going to get to the honorable mentions right now. So it was a gang of 80s movies back then. If y'all know better, if y'all even do your research, look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I threw about 5 honorable mentions in there, you know what I'm saying, that I seen, and I've seen a lot more, but it was hard. It was definitely tough. So first, I'm going to start off with Sleepaway Camp. I got to show Sleepaway Camp some love. Definitely got to show Children of the Corn some love. Definitely got to show Night of the Demons some love.
definitely got to show the night of the Creep some love. And last but not least, no particular order at all, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Creep Show, ladies and gentlemen. Creep Show was dope. It's a lot more in between there. Like I said, man, y'all gonna kill me. Some of my homies even gonna kill me. And you know what I'm saying? But it don't matter. This is in my opinion, and that concludes my top 10 80s horror films in my opinion. Make sure y'all click like and subscribe, show some love, hit the notification bell. This is my top 10 in my opinion. Y'all already know, man. Y'all know my slogan. Keep God first, stay sucker free, and by all means get to the money.